So the big question today is how to get your students to get paid to study in Germany. Okay, Germany is famous as the land of opportunities, and today your host is the EII Germany, EURASIA Institute for International Education. We've got a lot of team members here today. I'd just like to introduce our team to you. Imran, Stephen, Shamara, Ksenia. Maybe you can just say one sentence each, or two or three, before we get started into the main presentation. Imran.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's presentation about Get Paid to Study in Germany. We are very excited to share this information with all of you. And please stay tuned, prepare yourself with the questions, because during the question answer sessions, we'll be having maybe detailed conversation about all the confusions or whatever you need to know in detail. Welcome once again. Thank you.
Thanks, Imran. Stephen?
Yeah, great. Welcome to you all. Thanks so much for tuning in from wherever you are. We are very honored and pleased to speak to you today, and we hope that you will learn something new today and you will take some opportunity to your clients when you go home, and that it will be a beginning of a conversation together with you. Thank you so much.
As on my screen, Shamara is the next one. So Shamara.
Hi, are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Shamara and I'm assisting the marketing department at the moment. And I hope all of you enjoy this discussion and it will be a fruitful one and everyone will gain something out of it. So enjoy.
Thank you. And last but not least, Ksenia. Oh, we can't hear. Can you unmute yourself?
Ksenia.
That's it. Okay, we can't hear Ksenia, but I will introduce Ksenia for you since we can't hear her. Ksenia is our wonderful lady who is helping all of our partners from mostly Eastern Europe to send our students to Germany. Okay, so that's some of our team that we thought it was important for you to get to know, because when you're working on concrete student cases, those are the people that you'll be talking to every day. Okay, let's get into the storm. So we don't want any more days of doom and gloom after 2 years of pandemic. So today we're going to bring out a strong message to you all, how we can start afresh, how we can make the world shine again, and how we can make money together in edubusiness. So let's get rid of this horrible slide and go on to the powerful sunshine. We're going to empower you today with some new ideas and give you some inspiration and hopefully help to make the second half of this year for you an awesome one. So how are we going to do that? So EI Germany has developed a product trio, a product family called the Smart Genius Pathways. We have the academic pathway. Some of you know that already if you're working with us. We have the career pathway. We've been doing this for 5 years, but it's becoming particularly relevant now with hyperinflation in many parts of the world and people looking for intelligent solutions about how to study and work abroad, how to finance the whole thing. And this is going to be the main focus today, the career pathway, how to get paid to study in Germany. The investment pathway, as I said, it's a product family. You can sell this product family to a family of students and their parents. You might have students who want to work in Germany. You might have students who want to study in Germany. You might have students who want to do a vocational training in Germany. You might have parents in the family who want to invest in Germany. Family can come over together. All of our products help families to create a better life for themselves in Germany. Today, one special announcement, hang around until the end because we're going to give away 100,000 euros. Okay, special prize today only for the first 10 NET24 agents who sign up with us after this. But details of that are coming at the end. Okay, we're going to go into the presentation first. So what we're going to look at today are mainly two different kinds of get paid to study in Germany products. The first product is an academic product, so studying at university. The second product is a non-academic product where you are doing a vocational apprenticeship, okay? Most important to all of us who are involved in the education study abroad business is how do I help the student to choose the right pathway? How do I help them to choose the right direction in their life? Which country is best for them? Which program is best for them? What's their budget? What's their destination? What's their dreams? Our pathways all have a success formula which we've developed to help our students to become successful. So first of all, what is the career pathway? It's meant for pupils and students who want to pursue either on-job vocational training courses or dual academic qualifications that are practical and related to a specific job or career. Okay, so different things that we are looking at here are state-funded institutions in Germany, like nursing schools who will be training people to become nurses. At the same time, they'll be working in clinics, elderly care homes, or hospitals. This has something to do with a 300-year-old tradition in Germany, whereby training and education was something where companies and schools worked hand in hand, okay? And it's called the dual training. And this works both in universities as well as in non-academic schools, okay? At the moment, we are placing school leavers who might in some cases not be qualified to enter a German university. We can still place them in the vocational training programs. For example, in the tourism and hospitality sector, in the retail and management consultancy sectors, sport and event management, and clinics, different jobs for different programs. Okay, so why consider a career pathway in Germany, first of all? Let's start on the left with flexible admission requirements. Okay, so basically to enter the vocational programs, students don't have that high requirements concerning their grades. And however, all of the programs require some level of German language, okay? German language requirements, we actually help the students to meet even before they enter the country. So the idea is that from day one, when they enter Germany, they are already earning a salary, okay? The way we do this is that we conduct language intakes throughout the year, starting every month, but the students can do this from the comfort of their own home, online, but still in an international classroom. Of course, we do offer the option to do this in Germany, in Berlin, in our school, but it's more cost intensive, okay? And we already try to maximize the benefits for the students. So no specific subjects required at high school, for example, for the vocational programs. In the case of nursing, for example, critical subjects such as biology, may be required. But on the whole, if you have passed your 12 years of school education, then you'll be accepted for this program. What's more important for us is the career assessment, the psychometric test, which we do with each student, which I'll be coming to in a minute. Okay, all of the programs that we're discussing today, except for our own pathway, of course, have no tuition fees. So whether we're talking about academic programs at a university in combination with a paid job, it's always the company sponsoring both the students' work at the company as well as the tuition fees at the university. Okay, so it's 100% free once the student has passed through our pathway. Quality of life in Germany. Germany is still one of the top 10 countries in the world, I would say, with safe and clean environment for students and career seekers to live in. We have a strong health sector, medical treatment for all people who live in Germany. Germany's come through the pandemic pretty well. I'm not sure if it's number one in terms of dealing with the pandemic, but I must say that as far as our school was concerned, we were only closed for 1 month during the whole period of 2 years, and the interest in our programs in Germany did not decrease, it actually increased over this period. Okay, and I think that speaks not just for our products, but for Germany, for the life in Germany, for the lifestyle, and for the quality of life that people get here. Getting paid to study, what does that mean? So anyone who's ever sent students to Germany probably knows that you'll need a blocked account to live in Germany. And this is basically to cover the cost of living, which is around 900 euros a month. The good news for the products we're telling you about today is that you do not need to have a blocked account for these programs. The reason is because you're getting paid to study, and from the first day in Germany you're earning money. The salary you can expect is between 1,000 and 1,300 euros a month. If you're lucky, you may even get a job. One student of ours just got a contract with around 1,800 a month. Okay, so the sky's the limit, and our goal is to find the best programs to offer to our students and to our partners, of course. And we're looking forward to working with you all on this to improve students' lives and give them a great opportunity in Germany. Okay, low living costs in Germany. So we do have an inflationary situation here, like most places in the world. But still, if you compare living costs in Berlin or other parts of Germany with, for example, London, I think you can probably survive for a week in London for the same money as you would here for a month. Okay, so there are big financial benefits of studying here too. Job situation on graduation, as well as the PR opportunities on graduation, are in many sectors of the economy unbeatable. There's never, in employment, there's never 100% guarantee that someone is going to get a particular job, but there are so many opportunities available in the sectors that we're looking at that you can pretty much say that nobody is going to leave Germany at the end of these programs without paid employment. And most people will want to stay in Germany. Okay, so how to qualify? So, as I said, if you've completed high school, you qualify for any of the on-job vocational training programs. Okay, if you've completed high school with something like A levels, then it's usually the case that you qualify directly for a bachelor. Certain countries, it's necessary to do a foundation year in order to study in Germany. That makes it a little more complicated for these get paid to study in Germany academic programs, but no problem for entering the vocational programs directly. Because this is a bit complicated to go into now, and everybody's in a different country with a different education system, what we'll do is offer everybody a one-to-one slot after this is over so that you can meet up with your regional manager, analyze the requirements for your country, for your students, and then put together a marketing plan about how we can sell this together. If you've done a bachelor's degree in your home country, then usually without any problem you can be accepted to the master's. And we also have get paid to study in Germany for MBA programs too. Okay, so we've got, to summarize, vocational programs, bachelor's programs, master's programs, and MBA programs. Okay, so give us some feedback in the chat and tell us if you think this sounds quite exciting so far. Meanwhile, I will carry on with our Smart Genius success formula. Okay, the first step of our Smart Genius success formula is always the first step, which is the scientific personal career assessment. In the case of the career pathway, obviously this is absolutely vital. And the goal of this personal career assessment is to find out basically the aptitude of the applicant for a particular career. And we can usually find out fairly accurately whether someone is actually going to be happy in the job that they're applying for. This is absolutely crucial because in the case of the career pathways, we're not just looking at someone signing up for a university program. We're looking at German companies who are actually giving them employment contracts to come from their own country all the way to Germany. And if they find out on day one or in the first week that they hate the job, then that's not going to end well for them, okay? So the first thing that we do for any student, wherever they come from, is find out what's going to make them happy in their future career. Once we've done this, we proceed with the placement, either in the school or the university, depending on whether they're going for the vocational or the academic programs. Almost in parallel, we begin the super intensive blended language learning. This is one of our key competences, which we've been doing for 30 years now, 30 years. And we've helped more than 20,000 students from 100 different countries to be successful through our programs. Okay, so we know what we're doing, and what we actually do, as I said earlier on, we teach this program mainly online. The reason being that in order to apply for the work visa, they actually need to show that they have either B1 or B2 level of German before leaving that country, okay? So we support, together with you, our partners or future partners, the immigration and relocation support process. We have guarantees for everything that we sell, especially for the success in the language pathways, which are the requirements to actually begin the employment, okay? Our guarantee means, we say it's a success guarantee. It obviously requires the cooperation of the student. If they don't come to class, there's no guarantee that they can succeed. But as long as they have attended the courses and done their assignments, if they don't manage to pass the exam first time, then they can repeat our courses free of charge. That's our guarantee. All of our programs are accepted worldwide. Okay, so anybody who's done any of the training program, whether vocational or academic in Germany, they can choose to work in Germany, anywhere in the EU, or go anywhere else in the world. They will always be welcomed with open arms with German qualifications. Having had more than 20,000 students, we also have quite a active alumni support and career community where people can talk to each other about opportunities, and this also helps the new students to succeed and be motivated in their journey to success. Okay, the next little graph shows you how our courses are working. So basically, the first phase, as I said, from A1 to B1, or in some programs from A1 to B2. The whole of this can be done offline in Germany, as I said. This is obviously because you need to pay for accommodation and living costs, etc. It's more cost intensive. So most students tend to take the option of doing up to B2 online and then coming over here and starting their jobs immediately and being paid to study in Germany. Okay, in an ideal world, the course would begin, for example, in February, and by the winter semester in October, they would begin their jobs. Okay. Also, we are starting courses depending on the program, either every month or every 2 months. So if you miss one intake, there's no worry for your students because we can easily put them into the next intake. If someone doesn't manage to pass one exam, there's also no cause for worry because we have our safety net of the success guarantee. That means they can maybe wait 1 or 2 weeks and go into the next course. Okay, so this is a successful program which is running the whole year round, helping students from all over the world get into paid study programs in Germany. So let's have a look at the vocational apprenticeships or on-job training pathways in the health sector. Okay, we're going to look at 2 programs. The first is a traineeship. Now, the actual jobs which are available here are nursing, physiotherapy, anesthesia assistant, medical technical assistant, midwifery, and X-ray assistant. Okay, there are a couple more. One is diet assistant, and 1 or 2 more which are probably not that popular, so we didn't put them in the list. But we think that these are going to be heavily interesting for school leavers who are interested in a career in the medical field, but may not have high enough grades to go to study medicine, or they might not be motivated to be a doctor. Okay, all of these programs pay roughly the same. I think it's between 1,100 and 1,300 euros per month. Okay, and no blocked account is required. And all of them require B2 level German. Okay, so the way to get into these programs is through our Get Paid to Study in Germany career pathway. Okay, we started this program 3 to 5 years ago, but especially during the COVID pandemic, the healthcare sector became more than interesting in a lot of countries, and so far we've not had a single visa denial for any of these programs. The reason is that Germany is obviously interested in boosting its own economy. In the case that students are coming to study in Germany, the taxpayer of Germany is paying an incredible amount for their education. But in the case that foreign students are coming to Germany to train, to work in German companies, they are actually paying taxes, they're paying social security benefit payments from their monthly wages, so they're actually adding value to the German economy. So this may not be the only reason, but it's certainly one of the reasons why the visas for these programs are super quick. I think the quickest visa we had was in 5 days. And those of you who've worked with Germany before probably won't believe me, because if you're sending students, it may take not just weeks, but a couple of months or sometimes even longer, okay? So as far as the visas are concerned, really good news. In some countries, the only issue may be reserving a visa appointment, okay? Which may require a bit of patience. Okay, so it's a basic solution. Learn German in our pathway live on Zoom with an international e-classroom. Come to Germany on a work visa and start earning money. That's basically it. If you think this is a no-brainer, then please say yes in the chat now. Okay, I hope to see lots of yeses. Now we're going to look at the costs. And you're probably asking yourselves, okay, if there are no costs and the students earn money in companies, then how do we get paid for our work? Okay, so we are also not a charity at the Eurasia Institute for International Education. We live from our innovative programs, and the pathway for getting into the Get Paid to Study in Germany programs cost the same as all of our pathways. All of our pathways cost 10,000 euros. The student can positively influence the fees by paying in different installments. So we have 3 options which can help to reduce the cost either to 9,000 euros or to 8,500 euros. Okay, so those are the different options. If you decide to sign up with us as a new partner, then you will get full information on how this works and how you can use this as a as a way of motivating your students to get on with the process as fast as possible. Okay, the second program that we're looking at is for nurses who have already completed their nursing education and who have at least 1 year of working experience as a nurse. So they come to Germany as trained nurses. There's an incredible demand for this kind of candidate here in Germany, which is definitely neither being met on the German domestic employment market nor on the international one at the moment. Okay, again, here we also are able to offer a guaranteed job. Okay, so as soon as the student signs up with us, they've done their psychometric test, their career aptitude test, a job interview, they immediately get a contract of employment. Here the monthly payment is around 2,000 euros. Okay, so that's their starting wage. In the first year, they will be doing a live-in nursing job, okay, which is usually living in with an elderly person in their home and nursing them. This is for the first year only. At the end of the first year, there is an exam where they need to pass the exam in order to get full certification. And once they've completed that, we then help them to get fully paid employment in a nursing facility or hospital, or to go into further training. And this program, after the first year, the wages usually increase to around 3,000 to 4,000 euros per month. Okay, so you're looking at a pretty rocket-like career advancement here within a short space of time. Again, here the investment is 10,000 euros. To qualify, you need to have either a diploma in nursing or a bachelor's in nursing. Should have at least 1 year of employment as a nurse. You should become familiar with the nursing care practice in Germany, but this is actually part of our course. And usually we find that the best candidates are not married with a family, but they've recently finished their training and they don't have family or financial constraints and are willing and able to adapt to a new culture and to basically to get used to their new life in Germany without looking over their shoulders. Okay, now we're coming to the second kind of program, which is the dual academic degree. Okay, now this is quite similar to the vocational traineeship. The main difference is that at the end you get either a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, or an MBA. In the vocational programs, you get a diploma. Okay, so that's the main difference. What is the same is that you get full employment while at the same time doing studies at a university. Okay. One of the main areas that we're looking here is trainee hotel manager. Okay. I don't know if this is the same in your countries, but in Germany at least, the hotel and tourism industry suffered quite a lot, or as far as international tourism is concerned, a lot of people left their jobs and went into new sectors rather than staying in an insecure situation. By now, the industry has more or less recovered from the pandemic. However, there are a lot of job vacancies, okay, due to the, I think it was about 200,000 people who left this industry forever. Okay, so there are a huge amount of jobs available right now in the hotel management section. We also have slightly more elite opportunities available. Not everybody would qualify for this. Not everybody would do a successful job interview. For example, with an international business consultancy, there are opportunities in the fitness and health sector or in sports management. Okay, and we have constant update on the opportunities available. So this is something that can be promoted on quite a large scale. And we're interested in having diversity here. So not just 100 students from one country going for the same program. We'd like to have at least 10 students a year from 10 different countries for 10 different programs. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Okay. And that's why today we are giving away a very special offer to the first 10 new agents that sign up with us and work together on marketing this program. Okay, this slide is not quite visible, so I'm just going to skip this one. Okay, so yeah, and for example, for the hotel management program, you get the monthly salary, which is usually a little bit higher than for the nurses, but at least we don't take any students who are getting job offers below 1,000 euros for the simple reason that if they were given less than 1,000 euros before tax, then the German embassy would require them to open a blocked account, and that would make things probably very difficult. Not just for the students, but also for selling the program. Okay, so we get offers for companies to accept trainees for 600 euros a month, but we don't accept those for our students. We're always looking for the better job offers for our students. One benefit that I didn't mention, both for the nurses and for the hotel managers, is that in some cases they will be offered subsidized accommodation or even free accommodation. Okay, if you're working in a hotel, you can often get other benefits like free meals. So it's a really all-round no-brainer, this program. Again, for the hotel management program, if you've completed A-levels or are qualified for direct university in Germany, then you can go straight into the bachelor's. This won't apply for everybody, but if you, for example, in your home country, you've done 12 years of education and you need a foundation course, it is possible if you've done one extra year at university in your own country to get around doing the foundation course. But as I said, we'll look at this individually with each of you in a one-to-one conversation. Okay, so there may be plenty of programs on the market for working with Germany, so why work with us? So EURASIA is an accredited exam center for all of the exams that you might need for this program to succeed, including TESTAF, including TELC. We're also working with other training centers where nursing training is done, so that no matter what program we are selling, we always have the perfect complete solution for the student's success, and we guarantee that success. We've had 30 years of experience doing this. Actually, next year is going to be our 30th anniversary. And the success of many thousands of students speaks for this. What we help our students to do is to have a soft landing when they come to Germany. Okay, a lot of things work differently here, so our student services department is always there to help them, especially in the first 3 months where most students experience some kind of culture shock. Then we have the second part of our student services department is the academic advisory service, where we also make sure and guarantee that they get to their either to their dream university or into their dream job. And this we actually do in the form of contracts or admission letters before the students leave their country. So nothing is left to chance in our programs. If the students follow our curriculum and guidance, then basically they can't not succeed. Okay, Imran is now going to tell you about the special offer that we have. So over to Imran.
Thank you very much, Andrew. Once again, thank you very much, all of you participating from different regions, different time zones. I think it was wonderful explaining you the opportunity to get paid while studying or coming to Germany. And I hope the products that we have explained today, especially the career pathway, which has two different opportunities. One is going towards medical and healthcare sector through either a vocational training program or a direct placement in nursing field. And the second product was a dual study program, where mainly emphasizing on hotel management or in tourism industry, as well as something related to business consulting or fitness and sports management. So these are basic couple of opportunities where students usually nowadays getting a lot of interest because they are not going to spend huge amount of money doing their 3 years of bachelor's or 4 years of bachelor's, or on other words an MBA program of a year or two, or a master's degree, but they will start earning money from the very first day while coming to, I'm in Germany. On one hand, they are learning, going through the degree program or vocational training. On the other hand, they are practically on job, getting on job training. So I believe this is quite amazing product, and we have been working for past 2.5 years now to develop this complete product, including our partners, bringing them in, the partner institutions in Germany, offering the relevant vocational training or placement or dual study program. We have already done our 3 test runs, recruiting students, bringing them towards the end while they are here now with us, either went for vocational training or directly job placement for nursing or on dual degree program. But last and not least, it's very important also for us that our new partners or existing partners understands and start promoting and recruiting for this product heavily. That's why we have created with a special offer. Also, not only the new partners, of course, I see some of our existing partners are there, starting from 15th of June, from today, next 6 months. Anyone from you who would like to work on these products, especially this career pathway, and enroll successfully at least 10 students only, on top of the commission amount that we pay, we are giving you a bonus of 10,000 euros each. Each of our existing and new partners from today onwards who are enrolling at least 10 students for this career pathway, new students who are successfully enrolled, they will be offered 10,000 euro bonus for marketing on top of the commission amount that they usually get. Okay, the details about this, of course, maybe we will be having a conversation, one-to-one conversation. We'll be giving you also in written the details about how to and when to and where to start this. But the main idea is from 15th of June onwards till 15th of December, next 6 months, if you guys enroll 10 successful students, on top of the commission amount, we'll be offering you 10,000 euros each. And I think it's very exciting news, and I already have started getting a lot of questions about it to give them more detail. But of course, let us get in touch individually, because we have to take you through the onboarding part of this cooperation. And then will be also, please ask us in written about all the terms and conditions of this special offer. And yeah, that was the offer. Let us please begin with the question answer session. These are actually the 3 steps. Sign up today, get onboarding done for you and for your team, and then reach your target and goal. Of course, we'll be assisting you, train your team, assisting you, offering joint online or physical events in terms of webinar or seminars, because we also would like to get involved, helping you to expand your business with us. And of course, at the end of the day, you will be eligible to claim your bonus up to 10,000 euros on top of the commission amount. Okay, I hope that the announcement is loud and clear enough for everyone. But of course, we will be giving you more detailed information once we'll start one-to-one an onboarding session with all of you. Please feel free. I hope things what have been discussed and explained today was quite simple to understand, but I know that there are lots of questions around. We have been answering them also during the chat, but now you may unmute yourself if you want and ask the questions or start the question answer session directly. Thank you very much.
Just one more thing. We're going to put the email in the chat, or email addresses, where you can sign up today immediately. Okay, it says sign up today immediately after the webinar. We're going to put those email addresses in the chat, and if you'd like to sign up today and take advantage of this bonus, please send us an email tonight by 8 p.m. at the latest. Okay? Imran, can you put the addresses in
Yes,
the chat?
I've done. We have got different addresses. You may contact anyone from us, and you will be getting a reply within 12 hours time.
Okay.
Okay.
So there are lots and lots and lots and lots of questions now. So perhaps I will close the presentation screen.
Maybe don't close it, Mr. Andrew. Maybe leave it, because maybe we're gonna need to go back to some information that was on the presentation.
Okay. So Stephen, would you like to go through the questions in the chat one by one?
I think
yes, sure.
And then different team members can answer the questions one after one.
Sure, we'll try to answer most of the questions, though I think some questions are repeating themselves, so we can try to address them all together.
Yeah, let's try to do it verbally, because
yes,
in the chat, maybe one person will find their answer, but I think everybody can benefit if we go through them.
Stephen, you can start with the questions, and I will answer them.
Right.
Okay, let's go.
Thank you so much once again, Andrew, for that wonderful presentation. And Imran, thanks so much for giving this offer. If you would allow me, Andrew, to say something nice about you. I know you don't like me to say this, but he's one person that has touched over 20,000 students, including myself. Over the last 29 years, close to 3 decades, he has impacted so many lives. And me seeing him speaking here to you, I know that he means every word that he says. So please give this opportunity to your students, because you don't know what you're doing. There are lots of people that will come to you at times with low budgets. Don't send them away. That's the best thing that you can do to them. Give them this opportunity, especially that they don't need to worry about blocked bank accounts, which puts off so many students for the academic pathway. I think this is really a lifetime changing opportunity. So thank you so much, Andrew, again, for continuing to give opportunities to students all over the world. And thank you so much to all the partners that are here. Thank you, NET24, for giving us this platform to bring this opportunity to many students across the globe. Yeah, so the most important questions I think we've seen were from students or what partners that are wondering what is the age range. Age range for academic program is actually free, is open. Of course, there are certain gaps that we wouldn't accept if someone has left school maybe for the last 5 or 7 years and they have not been doing anything. The academic program would be tricky to sell this to the embassy, but we can say we look at each application individually, but there is no age limit on that. For the vocational pathway program, the requirement listed by the German embassy is usually 18 to 25 years of age. 18 because that's the age of consent where someone should be able to sign a job contract. 25 because we also consider that this person is going to be studying for 3 years, and the German government thinks always ahead. They think at least this person should work at least 30 years before they claim their pension. So they shouldn't be over 25. The best candidate for this would be someone who has left high school, or those that have maybe finished their first year of school or university. They are not so happy and they just want to get away and come to Germany. So that's the people that you should be looking out for that. Then several questions were mainly about people expressing their happiness and gratitude. They want to work with us on this. I've been writing to some of you indirectly. So like Robson from Zimbabwe, yes, just drop us your emails and we'll send you all this information. There were also another question about language. What if someone has already B2 German language? So we do have an intensive program that takes 0 to university or 0 to vocational placement. But we notice there's always a discrepancy between what people claim to have studied and what they can do when we give them the chance to get to talk to the employer. So what we do, we give students a placement test when they sign up with a German level, say higher than B1. And if we notice that they are not to that level, we'll make them sit the class again, either B1, because the B1 language level plus B2 will focus mainly on the academic, on the vocational, as well as the technical language. It's not just a grammatic. Should we be convinced that the candidate is ready to face the employer in an interview, then we can just charge the placement fee, and then that's all. Otherwise, for those that do not have any skills at all, if you don't have any language knowledge, like me 15 years ago, then we can take you in this program from 0 to that required German level B2. And I think to that question, I want to emphasize there's someone who was asking, maybe, can I come to Germany and learn the language? I guess Mr. Geddes has said it's possible for you to come to Germany and pursue the language program, but the problem is that you will be required to show proof of finance. So you will need, in this case, to have at least 11,000 euros or the blocked bank account amount. And this is something that we want to save students from, that you learn comfortably from home, meet the requirements for the employer and the nursing school or the university, and then come to Germany with an employment contract where you start earning right in the same month when you arrive in Germany. So I think that is an advantage that we would really want to give to students.
There was like another question: what will be the visa category, student visa or work visa?
Great. So vocational pathway programs, apprenticeship programs do have, or they come to Germany with a work visa. Those that are coming for the dual academic degree course will be coming with a special student visa. Yeah, we are very happy to have partners here who've been working with us in this program. So they are a real testimony. I would like to take notice of the presence of our partner here. So these people have been placing students in this program, and they are continuing to do so. And it's good to know that it works because such people give us the confidence that we should keep giving the opportunity to other people. So thank you so much, Hira, for being here. I think let us know if there are any questions that we haven't handled. But
yes, we are receiving, like, I would say, questions simultaneously in chat and also in the Q&A.
Yeah, though I see that a lot of people that are sharing their contacts.
Okay, there was also a question: in case of the visa refusal, what will happen then? Maybe can you please elaborate on this whole topic of visa refusal? What is the procedure if the student will receive a visa refusal?
Yeah, great question. So we do have a very transparent, straightforward application form, which our partners should understand during the onboarding session. When you start working with us, we do onboarding training. That means you should understand the programs as well as the terms and conditions for participating in that program. So the cancellation form, the application form has the cancellation and refund policies. And these refund policies have a very clear a statement or explanation. If a student applies for this program from day one, they start learning the program. At one point, they decide that they don't want to continue in the program. There is a cancellation fee or a cancellation charge. This cancellation charge is about 35%. If a student will go in the program and finish, complete up to the German language level B2, gets a visa refusal, we do have three options. The first option, we look at the refusal reasons. What was the purpose? What was the reason for them refusing the student? Usually it's quite simple. The student couldn't show us clear motivation or intention why he wants to come to Germany. In this case, we prepare students again. We reapply, we send new application visa documents with new employment contract, new insurance booking, and so on. Student will apply, and 100%, 99% of the cases, they do get the visa successfully. But what if the student says, I had enough of it, I've spent all the time, I can't go ahead with this? So we do have a cancellation fee, which is 50%, considering the fact that the student has already consumed all the German language content with the books, with teachers, and so on. So this is the cost that we do take to cover that. But I would like to reiterate what Mr. Geddes has said, that the visa refusal in these career pathways is almost zero, because these are considered essential jobs, especially the health jobs. Germany needs a lot of nurses. Germany needs a lot of caretakers. Germany also, even the hotel industry itself has been badly hit during the last 2 years. So the demand for people that are going to take over these jobs, which was already there due to the serious aging population here, is high even right now. So there are not really chances, apart from the cases, rare cases, where students maybe have presented fraudulent documents or have lied or done statements that are contradictory. Those are cases where we definitely have to say maybe it wasn't a good thing. Then we have to go for the cancellation from program.
And in terms of, because Mr. Andrew also mentioned that getting visa is not a problem, sometimes it's getting the slot to apply for visa, maybe like the issue. In your experience, what is the average time that people should know that they need to get the visa, and would you advise them to register the visa slot far ahead in advance before applying?
Let me answer this question. I think it's very important also. The duration of applying and obtaining a visa varies from country to country. Okay, and while onboarding and processing with the partners, we discuss all the matters, including when they should apply for an appointment, what documents are required from our side, so we will be arranging on time for the student. The actual duration that students need to consider from the very beginning also depends on the level of German language they already possesses. So if they have some skills of German language, they don't have to go through the whole pathway program of A1, A2, B1 and B2. They might be doing it only 2 levels of German language. So these are certain factors where we have to calculate the exact number of months required and when to apply for the visa. And this is done while doing the counseling session with the students as well as with the partners. In general, a German language pathway course for career pathway takes between 7.5 to 8 months time on average. Okay, but of course it also depends. The students are passing the levels and moving on to the next levels. Example of any country, for example, if we have to apply a visa for career pathway from UAE, it might take only between 4 to 8 weeks time to get the whole process of getting an appointment and visa done. On the other hand, sometimes in countries like some of the countries in Africa, Nepal or Pakistan, we have to apply for an appointment at least 4 to 6 months in advance. Similarly, if we look at India, we get an appointment within 2 weeks time. So it depends on country to country, and we'll be informing, counseling and guiding our partners accordingly while going through the training sessions.
Yep, I would like to add on something again what Mr. Imran Khan has said. We do have a very strong, and we maintain a strong presence on relationship with the embassies. Of course, embassies can always decide with them. They have their own schedules and policies, but presenting the program always to them, telling them what this is all about, we've seen that it really plays a big role. Mr. Geddes is always writing mails, and we do have sometimes embassies that are very strict. But with constant communication, explanation, and showing them the importance of this program to the society, we have seen even embassies like in Nigeria and Pakistan responding positively, provided that we meet the requirements. We do have to do our part, and then we do ask sometime for their own flexibility in some cases, and it works.
Right. Ms. Stephen, can you please open the chat, because we have a little bit questions.
Yes, one of the repeated question I have read here in the chat box is if those who have no background in German language can apply, if students can apply who only know English language. So guys, it's fine if you don't have anyone having any background of German language. It's fine, because we are the ones who are going to teach them German from the very beginning. A1 is a beginner level, A1, A2, B1 and advanced level of B2. So anyone having no background of German language are the perfect candidates for us. So because the program, the pathway program contains learning of German language. That's why it's going to take between 7.5 up to 8 to 9 months time before coming to Germany. And this time will be utilized of learning German language online from home with us, preparing all the bureaucratic stuff, including documentation, your motivation in German language, your CV, bringing you together with the employer, arranging your contract, job contract, getting the permission from the ministries wherever it is required. So this is the time required, but having any background of German language is not a requirement for this program, neither for vocational training, nor for nurses, job placement, or for dual study program. So don't worry, anyone having no background, this is fine. We are going to teach them.
Someone asked about bringing spouse to Germany. I think that was part of the presentation. One of the advantages of the career pathways is that right at the end of the training, usually 3 years or 2 years for those who are doing masters, it's much easier to bring spouses because there is a steady income flow for the last 3 years or 2 years. Secondly, most of the students in these programs will get permanent job contracts because most employers are investing so much to maintain, to retain, to train them. So there is no interest for them to lose them. We see in some cases, those who are already here, that employers are giving them contracts even before they complete their second year because they want to bind them with their company. The question is, do you want to stay with them or not? So that issue will be sorted, but should be sorted right after completion of the program, not before. Because if you want to bring a spouse before, how are you going to concentrate on your studies? If you want to bring your children, how are you going to look for placements for schools and so on? So that will complicate your visa process. We highly recommend that you come as the first person, get to finish your studies. And then once you get the contract of employment, then bring your spouse or bring your children. And it's easier for you to integrate them if you have a much bigger income. And also you have the knowledge of the language and you understand the system, how it works.
The question came, what is the duration of the work permit for the career pathway program?
The duration of the work permit for the training?
For career pathway, of course, it depends on different programs. You can explain all three of them, Stephen.
Okay, so if you're coming for the nursing, physiotherapy, anesthesia, and so on, you have a 3 years training visa. So the visa is practically a work visa, and you're officially in the system, the pension system, the working, the taxation, and so on. So you get a 3 years visa. After you complete your vocational training, you have two options. One, to build your knowledge upwards by going for academic degrees if you want, or to build your knowledge within the same field by doing maybe a 2 years further training while working. So you get a visa for 3 years for training. You get a 12-month visa for looking for a job, which you, by the way, don't even need 12 months to look for a job. As soon as you get a full-time contract, then you sign up with the employer. Then you get possibly permanent residence because you've been working already for 3 years. For those that are doing a bachelor's degree, the same thing. It's going to be a 3 years degree. It's going to be 3 years visa. And then if for those that are doing a master's or MBA, it's a 2 years visa. Upon completion, you'll be getting an 18-month job search visa, after which you can also apply for a job. If you get a contract, then you can also you can seek your PR after working at least successfully for 3 years and paying taxes and so on.
And we also had another
The question is if students have to learn German language online or in Germany. So we have both options. Those who will be learning German language back home before coming here, they are going to save the living expenses for all this duration. Okay, but those who would like to come here, they first have to apply. Either they are coming from those countries who don't need any visa to come to Germany, or they have to apply for a language learning visa and come here. And of course, while doing this, additional between 10 to 11,000 euro living expenses are there to take care of. So we recommend not to come here to learn German language. Do it at your home in order to save at least 10 to 11,000 euros. So I see there is no further distinct questions there.
We still have two in the Q&A.
Yeah. How much do they have to pay to start learning online, Ms. Mehra? We have shown actually on the screen. There are different options. The pathway program costs 10,000 euros. Okay. You have an option to pay in 3 installments, starting with 2,500 euros, or student may opt to pay everything in advance in one go. It depends also what type of early bird discount they are looking at. So we have up to 15% discount on the 10,000 euro package available. It all depends how you pay. Andrew, if you may please scroll up and show the screen with the payment option so that everyone can understand what are the opportunities to pay in terms of installments. So question is, do students have to provide bank statement for the visa application? No. Students, these are especially for vocational training program, they are coming here on work visa, not on study visa. Even the dual degree program, both of them have, this freedom. They are not going to have the blocked account or any bank statement, because they will be having the confirmation from employer and are going to get that much amount of money every month, which covers the living expense part. So no bank account, no bank statement is required for the visa application.
And I wanted also to ask you the question in terms of learning the language, how basically the course looks like. So it's mostly like home tasks, or how does it look like? Because, for example, some of my friends who were applying to study abroad, most of the time they were just given some kind of videos on the languages and just do it yourself and etc. But how the situation looks like with your institution?
I think it's a very important aspect. So we have to distinguish between online classes and live classes. So we have live classes, live teacher sitting in a group of maximum 15 participants. The classes are done Monday to Friday, every day between 4 and 6 hours a day. It's super intensive course. So they will be attending the live class with the teacher every day. So the part of the program is there are daily classes, and they will get additional time for the homeworks, help with the homework. We have a very innovative online learning management system. Every students who are in the class, they will get access to it to do the task as workbooks and homeworks. So these are different elements combined in the live teaching of German language. There are no single recorded lectures we offer to our students, not a single one. Okay. On addition to this, especially for the medical and healthcare candidates, there will be specialized medical German language offered as part of this program, because we have to prepare them to understand the medical system, the healthcare system, as well as the culture of Germany. So no recorded sessions, only live classes. And apart from only learning German language, every candidate will get personal assistance from our team preparing their CVs, because once they are somehow fluent in German language, we are the ones who are going to help them preparing their CVs and motivation letters, okay, which are according to the standards, because everyone has a different standard in their mind or according to their experience. But we are going to give them one-to-one and group coaching to prepare their CVs and motivation letters, which are the part of the very important documents required by the employer. So these all types of training, including visa training, visa interview training, is part of this pathway program, which costs only 10,000 euros. This is one-time initial investment. Again, you can optimize it by achieving some types of early bird discounts given here. But at the end of the day, minimum salary from the very first day you are going to earn is 1,000 to 1,100 euro per month. Now you can calculate, if you are coming for a 3 years vocational training, how much money you are going to earn or save or get a return in terms of you have done initially only 8,500 to 10,000 euro investment. Maybe one thing it's missing somewhere, for example, if a student coming here for a vocational training, having a basic or starting earning from 1,100 euro per month in the first year, next year it is going to increase. The third year it is going to increase again. Okay, so it is a continuous increase every year. And I think this is a simple overview, 10,000 complete investment, which can also be optimized by applying for early bird discount, one-time initial payment, and that's all.
Yeah, and I would like.
Thank you so much, Imran. I wanted just to emphasize that point that he mentioned. Of course, learning online up to B2 level is tough. So the tools that we provide to students are there to make sure that they feel like they are really in Berlin and that someone is taking care of them. I wanted just to share with you briefly, just to emphasize the point that they don't only learn online. We have a platform that they use called Blink Learning. This is a learn management platform that all students, when they sign up for each language level, they will be assigned to a specific class teacher who is going to be their mentor throughout. The teacher is going to give them follow-up, constant follow-up. They have the live classes, but besides that, they do have the homework. And each student will have a workbook and an exercise and a class, the book where they're going to be learning and an exercise book where they're going to try. They make mistakes, they learn from that. And the lessons that are given there are quite interactive. There are audios, there are visuals. They can rub, they can start, they can play around with the things, with the materials. And the most important thing that each book they have is there. It's a licensed book and they have it for a whole year, even though they need it for just maybe 8 weeks. So in each class also what you find is that you have something that we do value very much. You have the grading system or the progressive performance analysis. Each student will be looked at individually and you can see how much they are progressing in their grammatic, in their hearing, in their reading, in their writing, and so on. So you can see that each student has their own learning curve. And the purpose of this is for the teacher to see that the students are supported with, depending on where they are, and also where it's required, we invite our partners or parents to discussions where we speak about the students' progress. So this is quite interesting and very innovative. In the same platform, students can interact with fellow students in other countries, because remember, there are classes bringing students from 5 different continents. So you interact with students from other countries. Besides, the teacher can also communicate with students in real time. So they have like their own chat imbued system where teachers can also talk to students, where they can tell, hey, you haven't done your homework for the last maybe 2 days, you haven't done anything. So it's a very interactive platform besides the Zoom live classes. And this is all made to enhance the learning experience of the students.
And one more important thing, the kind of certificate that they will receive upon the finishing course, will they also be able to use it in anywhere else?
Yeah, maybe I should answer that. Nearly all countries where we've sent students, the embassies haven't said no to our certificates. For the dual academic program, the university sets the standard. It says which language certificates they need. And in the offer letter, they also make it clear that the B2 German certificate of EURASIA Institute is sufficient. For the dual academic, for the vocational program, the school, the nursing school, or the clinic where they are going to go certify that the documents provided for language purposes are sufficient for the application of this visa. Thus, there is no need for Goethe certificate. In rare cases where the embassy will insist on that, we can still prepare students and say, go write the exam. Because what happens is most students will still go and pass those exams. It's only a problem that in some countries there are no spots for that kind of exams, but our certificates are sufficient in most countries.
And usually, what is the, I would say, category of students, as I might say, do you usually have? Are those people like before their 20s or past their 20s?
Depends on the program. If it's the academic program, usually we have students, say, from Nigeria as young as 16, 17. Those coming for master's degree could go for 25, 27 could be maybe the oldest we have had. But the range is always between 16, 27. For the vocational pathway, we always emphasize that for partners, you should look out for people that haven't yet reached 25 or 25th year of age, because you have to calculate at least 1 year of preparation if they don't have the language required level. We need to plan that they reach, at least by the time they go to the embassy, they haven't exceeded 25.
And that Mr. Imran mentioned that the classes are not very big, like up to 15 people. This is done with the purpose, as I understand, not to have like the class of 50 pupils and to have I would say as small classes as possible, so everybody would have the attention from the teacher as much as needed.
Yes, Nikolai, I think this is important aspect. A lot of people maybe don't mind sitting into a larger group, but we have been in the market for last 30 years now. We have a lot of experience. We know what attention a particular student needs. So see, now during this online hype of the classes, it is already difficult to learn something. Either you are doing some academic program or even learning language. But maximum we are allowed to have in our class are 15 participants. Okay, and our education department don't allow us to put any additional, even 16th student in the class. So there are strict rules about it to follow.
And in terms, as I can say it, any kind of, it's not like mental support, but sometimes people have, as I would say, especially young people, they have, as I can call it, cultural shock when they move from one country to another. Do you have any kind of maybe integration kind of part for newbie students who only came to Germany, they're here the first time in their life, and something like this?
Yes, thank you. The structure of the organization is divided into different departments. Okay, we are coming only from marketing and sales department. Yeah, so we have university and placement department. The team is there responsible for arranging all the documents required for a student maybe to apply for a visa, including university admission, arranging contracts from the employer, getting offer letter from the nursing or vocational training schools. Then we have a department called education department, who are responsible for conducting the language classes, exams, teachers, timetables, whatever is related to the syllabus and the students learning German language. One most important department we have is student services department, who are there or whose job is to take care of smooth landing in Germany. And they start taking care of the students prior to their arrival in Germany by arranging their accommodation if the service is required, health insurances, arranging their airport pickups. Once they are here, we have welcome seminars in order to, give some knowledge about the culture, the differences, the do's and don'ts. Later on, also helping them managing their bank accounts here, insurances, police registration, visa extension. So all of these aspects, of course, it's just because of an experienced organization, we know that this is required. So we have different departments taking care of this.
So basically, after the student's arrival, they can all be sure that he will be taken care of from the beginning.
Definitely, yeah. This is the only secret I have found in my 15 years of work in this field, that the students who are here, if they are satisfied, then our partners are satisfied. If our partners are satisfied and the students are satisfied, the families are satisfied, and only then they can recommend us also further. This is one of the key also that why we have been going on for last 30 years now.
And in terms of if somebody has already a German language certificate, do you have a specific, I would say, certificates that you accept? Or, for example, do you accept all the variety of certificates, or you can conduct an interview, etc.?
So it does not depend on a certificate actually, because certificate can be 6 months old, right? Even if someone has a certificate and proves that he has done something 2 or 3 or 4 months before, always we have our placement test in place. Our education team needs to know what is the current level of German of this particular student at this time. Okay. After going through this placement test, then we get in touch with the partner or parents or the student that you can start from this particular level. Okay. So mainly, generally to say, the other certificates does not matter. our internal placement test is the one that we use to see where to place the student.
And would you have any suggestions for agents and their clients how to prepare themselves for this placement test?
Yes, we have suggestion to the agents, partners to give to the students. If someone has done some German language and they don't want to do it from the very beginning, before getting to sit into this placement test, they should revise whatever they have done. Okay, if they have done a couple of days of revision, it is possible, because it is very important not only for us to place them rightly, but also for the student, because if a student is in a higher level placed only because of a certificate, he is not going to learn properly. So this process is done very carefully, directly by the teachers and education department team, not only going through written tests, but also if required, we conduct an oral test with them to find out, because sitting in somewhere in Kathmandu or in Lagos or in somewhere Delhi, they don't have the environment to use the language over there. Even if they have a B2 level, but they have never used the language or have been in this environment where people listen all the time the language. That's why it's very important to go through this process, and then we decide from which level student can start.
Yeah, I can share my same experience. Knowing the language at a high level is having nothing to do with actually using it on practice with native, I would say, language speakers.
Yes.
So yeah, those are two very different.
So we also got to know a phenomena. In a lot of countries, they have local instructors. I'm not saying anything against the instructors, but they prepare the students just to crack the exam, just to pass the exam. So the real skills that a teacher, an experienced teacher, had to deliver, they don't get it in their home countries, mainly due to lack of the environment around them, and also, or maybe not that skilled teachers are not available everywhere.
And we have the question from the chat: how many students you have got so far from Asia?
If they can give us a time frame.
Let's maybe take last, I would say, 4 to 5 years.
So Andrew might be able to give us the correct input in it. Andrew?
Okay.
I may have a good memory, but I can't tell you statistics of every Asian country right out of my arm.
If it would be able, like in general.
But
okay. So we have a more precise since the last 2 years.
How do you define Asia? Asia begins in Turkey, in Turkey and ends in Japan. So like that's probably about 50, 60 countries. Which countries are you interested in particular? I mean, we have students from 100 countries over the years, like Bangladesh and India. Okay. Bangladesh over the last 3 or 4 years, very few students at all. Due to the visa policy. From India, on the other hand, Imran, you have a better idea of that. Probably every
India
year
is one of a very good performing
maybe.
market for us. One of very good performing market for us, because of the simple reason India is huge. And if I have to calculate the number of students we got from India in last 2 years, maybe 200.
Right, thank you. So, okay, we have still 1 question in the chat and 3 in the Q&A.
I got a question I saw from Mr. Banda. I think he was asking about MBA in public policy. Yeah, the good thing about the dual academic program that Mr. Geddes has already mentioned, it has 2 areas of focus. You can focus on health, or you can focus on hospitality. So a student who is interested in policy making, in innovative health policies and so on, can also go for that kind of MBA. If that is not maybe suitable, then we do have the academic pathways where we can place any applicant in any of the close to 400 universities. So that's something we didn't talk about today because that's a subject on its own. We do have close to 400 universities, over 17,000 degree programs. So public policy is obviously a very important subject, and getting someone into an MBA, of course, they must have a very good bachelor's degree, at least a second class upper, and then we should be able to help them.
The next one is, do you help Moroccan students to get their visa?
Actually, no one can help anyone to get the visa. We are the ones who are facilitating with all the stages and steps on the requirements. Okay, student is the one motivated person has to go through learning of the language or presenting the required level. We are the ones who are going to arrange the documentation part. We can help also to apply and get a faster appointment, but we are not the authority to, issue the visa. Okay, get the visa done. So we all together, our partner, we and the student, work towards the same goal, attaining the required level of German language, applying for the visa, getting visa, and then coming here. Okay.
I would just add from my side, as I was the director of international admission, dear agents, not a university rector can have influence over the embassy. Embassy is looking at the visa process as an individual process. So as a candidate applied, it means that he applied by themselves, and this is a private process. So nobody is allowed, and they have their own kind of issuing process. And as the university, you can ask as much as you want, but still the last word is going to be always by the embassy. So in this case, as an agency and as an institution, you can only help to provide the documents that are needed and that are required. All right, the next one we have, do you help Moroccan, sorry, it was already, any students that you have from Sri Lanka?
Sri Lanka, yes, we have been getting study students, but not for the career pathway. Our different program, which is academic pathway, we have enrolled a lot of students. Career pathway, we still have not got any, particular partner to promote with.
And if anybody is over 25 years of age, then is it possible to apply into any of the programs?
Yes, depending on the education background. If someone is coming for a dual study program, or those who already are nurses and working somewhere, or even those who are applying for our academic pathway program, it all depends on their background. And we have to go into detail into the individual candidate's profile. But in general, saying that EURASIA being in the, we are having the largest network of providers in Germany, including the German universities. More than 40 state universities that we recruit on their behalf. So actually we have a solution for everyone according to their educational or work background. So let us get in touch and we can discuss the individual profiles one by one.
Okay, so we have still one question in the Q&A.
The question is if it is possible to get a visa without blocked account. So see, those who are applying for dual study program or for vocational training, they don't require a blocked account. Okay. Even those students who are applying for academic degree pathway as on a study visa, a second option is if they find a sponsor in Germany, then again they don't require to open a blocked account.
Okay, and look, maybe it will be a good idea if maybe Mr. Imran or Mr. Gaddis or Mr. Steven, maybe please can you share an email into the chat so they all of the attendees will know where to contact in terms of the cooperation.
So on the right side you will see in the chat I have shared all the email addresses, but in order to make it simple, I am writing our general email address where everyone has an access, which is simply apply, apply@eiie.eu. I am sending it also in the chat. Okay, so either use one of the direct email addresses or apply, apply@eiie.eu.
Yeah. Okay, we have another question in the Q&A.
Coming towards, how would I go about the application for pathway program? See, I think it is difficult to go through the application steps and processes during this introduction session. First stage would be, let us get in touch. We will offer all of you individual onboarding session with your team. During this onboarding session, we will introduce all the programs, both academic as well as career pathway in detail once again. We'll go through or walk you through all the steps of the applications one by one. So don't worry, just get in touch with us. We will be happy to also get back to you, and then we'll offer you one-to-one sessions.
All right, and I would like also to ask you to make it clear, after the agency will write an email to you, can you please describe, I would say, in short terms, like how does the cooperation with you looks like? So they need to send an email, and what are the next steps?
The first thing is we need to see the interest of the partners or the new companies, new agents. They will write us immediately within 12 hours. Within 12 hours or less than that, they are going to get a basic email reply. Thank you very much for writing us. And we'll be sharing the application form to become our partner. We could have shared it here, but I don't want to, waste this idea. Let's see the interest of the people. So we will be sharing the application to become our partner, which can be filled within 10 to 15 minutes and send us back. Immediately we'll get back and offer an onboarding session, which will be, different options available within 24 to 48 hours. We will be getting in touch with them, training them about it. That's all. And then within 1 week time, they can start going out and promoting the program.
Okay, so we have another question in the Q&A.
Yes, the question is not that clear if we have short courses or non-credit based courses. If you're talking about learning of German language, I think this is a good information also to share. We have a special teaser course of learning or getting to know the German language. This is done every week once, free of cost for anyone. If you have candidates, if you have even your team members wishing to get the idea or taste of the language, how easy or difficult it is, this program suits you as well as anyone you want to enroll for Germany. So this is done once a week in a very, kind of friendly and funny way, where we attract our candidates, future candidates, that German language is not that difficult and it is free of cost. This is an opportunity for you also to use as a tool to market outside. Hey, we are going to offer you free German language teaser classes at least for 4 to 8 weeks, free of cost. Come and join. This is how you can even enroll more and more students.
Yeah, and I would just add, dear agencies, that this is not your everyday opportunity. Basically speaking, this is not like an everyday opportunity, so use it wisely.
I wanted to add on again to what Imran has said. We also have every Friday at 2 o'clock German time a one-to-one counseling session, which is a good opportunity for you to refer your students, send them there. If you have complicated parents or students and with questions you can't answer, bring them there, and then we'll be talking to them. Our goal is to help you to convert them into paying students, and that's it. So for those that are going to get in touch with us, we'll be sending you that special link where they can join in Friday at 2 o'clock, or where they can join the free German classes, again, 1 hour per week.
Okay, we still have one question in the Q&A.
Looking at it, can students from Africa come to student exchange or take learning internships? Stephen?
Students from Africa can take part in anything, but of course, the most important thing is you need to be clear about the purpose or the intention. So we do have 3 or 4 main areas. You can come to Germany on a study visa, pure academic studies. You can come to Germany on a vocational apprenticeship program. You can come to Germany on a dual academic study visa. You can come to Germany on a language visa. So short-term visas for someone who wants to stay maybe for 90 days to learn the language. Of course, all terms and conditions apply. When you apply to the embassy, you need to prove to them why this is the right option, why not learn in the country. but we have the language programs we provide that. Exchange programs between universities are possible, but that has to also match the university interests. You must find a faculty where you're going to be attached, and they should also be interested maybe in sending someone to your university. So that is possible, but in very rare circumstances. We have to look at it on an individual case.
And another question in the Q&A, where is your exact location in Germany?
Okay, we are located in Berlin, in a very beautiful part of Berlin, very green and with lots of water. We are right now in a building called Techno Campus. So whoever visits Berlin, make sure that you visit us in Spandau.
Okay, so right now we don't have any questions. I would say it was intense.
It was, yeah.
I'm so.
No, the good thing is that we have only introduced the career pathway aspect. Yeah. So, but still, I believe that this is a very attractive product to use in the market nowadays. Everyone, I mean, it's a kind of different idea, not investing money, but start earning money from the very beginning. And all the services aspects to work with EURASIA, we have tried to explain. I think whenever everyone has an experience of attending hundreds and hundreds of different such kind of introductory sessions about different products, but there is always a difference who is speaking, what experience they have, what type of products they are bringing in the market, and what type of support they are going to give to the partners in terms of processing the application, in terms of money. Okay, so I believe all of the aspects are quite positive for everyone. I actually have already started getting emails. One I've just got from Zambia and from Nepal. So we'll start working on getting in touch with you. This in next 1 minute, if someone has any further questions, you may share with us. Otherwise, I'm really thankful to NET24 arranging this wonderful session. And I believe that this will not stop here because we have all other different palette of products which we'll be introducing you time to time. Okay, thank you, Nikolai, very much once again.
It's always our pleasure to have you as our guests, because we know that, you know, with your amount of experience, it's always going to be interesting, it's always going to be informal, and you know, this is what basically people need. They don't need I would say a very general kind of information. They want you to be as precise as possible as you are, and this is basically what makes you, first of all, a great institution and a wonderful speakers.
Thank you very much, Nikolai.
Thank you, Nikolai, and thank you to everybody who spent almost 2 hours with us. It's our honor for us to honor with so much of your time. That's 60 people and 2 hours. That's 120 hours of your time. So thank you very much.
Yes, I will also, please, everybody, don't be afraid. This recording will be shared to you all, along with the contact information to our speakers. So I will also send the whole chat that was today in our Zoom session to our partners from EURASIA, so they will also have all your contact information. So don't worry, we will not forget about any of you. So yes,
I just small indication. I just given my contact number on WhatsApp or on Telegram. You may copy it and use it later on also. You may contact me anytime directly, so it's also available.
So goodbyes are always hard, but I think maybe the time has come since we got the last question answered.
Yes.
But we look forward to seeing a lot of you soon and to having further discussions with you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to host you.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a nice day and stay safe.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe, everybody.
Okay, thank you everybody for attending our webinar today, and I hope you will have a nice day and you will have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.